Hello dear friends, my name is Zeynep and I welcome you in Kyrgyzstan. Today we will investigate the idea of national art in Kyrgyzstan and I will show you how the Shyrdaks are made. Our company is Kyrgyz Handmade and our mission is to make the Shyrdaks on the basis of national techniques. And we will show you our craftsmen from the regions who create this art. This is our workshop and the final details on the Shyrdak is done here. Here we take two pieces of Shyrdak, one of them has to be lighter, we put them together and we make the pattern on it. After creating the pattern, we cut them into two pieces and basically we have two pieces of Shyrdak. One of them is positive and the other one is negative. We have to sew them together and this sewing is called yurt-making. This is done by the craftsmen in the regions. And after having the edging, we put the bottom part so that this is hard. We glue them together and again send it to the region in order to have the gilding. This is gilding of Shyrdak, but this is not the final work because we have to make the labeling of Shyrdak, and the labeling is made here in our workshop. We make the labeling and we clean the Shyrdak, and these are the final steps of creating it. We gather the cut pieces of Shyrdak and we will send them to the regions for our craftswomen. The wool is used not only in the creation of the Shyrdaks, but also in the creation of the whole Kyrgyz housing. However, this is not the final version of the yurt, because we are planning to make it a showcase here. If you're in Kyrgyzstan, you will have an opportunity to visit this yurt. And now we have to make the decorations for the yurt. We'll bring At from Kyzyl Tuu. We're somewhere in the middle of Bishkek and Issyk, and we will be in Issyk by 3 hours, I guess. We have entered to Kyzyl Tuu. This is the village which is very popular for its uniqueness in creation of the skeleton of the yurts. However, this place also creates the other parts for the yurt, for example, the Shyrdaks, alakis, etc. And I will show you everything today for you. Now we have come to the family that creates the skeleton for the yurts. And you see the willow behind me, which is called tal in Kyrgyz language. They cut it in a year because it's not ready yet. And when they cut the willow, it will begin growing again and will be ready for cutting in 3 years. Now you have seen how the tal is cut, and we will be making the kerege for the yurt. Now we're cleaning the stick in order to create the blanks. After cleaning the blanks, they are put together in a windy and sunny weather in order to absorb the water from it. In order to check if the stick is ready, they lift it up. It has to be easier to lift. The traditional method of creation, the ur, is behind of me. This was used for 1,000 years. However, the technologies are developing and now people have developed the easier method of creation the ur. The ur consists of two parts, the palm and the arm. And now you see how the man is creating the arm of the ur. Now you have seen the process of creation the palm of the ur. And after that, in the same machine, they bend it. In this machine, approximately 20 to 25 pieces of stick are put together. And they pour water, 15 liters of it inside in order to boil it, and they make the fire. They are boiling for approximately 1 hour. The palm of the ur becomes easy to bend. After all these steps, the urs are put here in order to dry. They are dry here approximately 3 days. Again, it depends on the weather. If it's windy and sunny, they will dry very easily. In order to check if the oog is ready, you have to lift it up. If it's moving easily, then you can use it. This is the process of cleaning the kerege, the walls of the buzui. After cleaning and separating the stick into two pieces, they are drying again in the same windy and sunny weather for 3-4 days. Now you see the process of the forming of kerege. This is the walls of the yurt. They can be done in the same old technique method and new technique method. People have the sample of kerege and they always put the new made kerege in order to check if they will fit to the yurt. When the pieces of stick are dry enough, they clean it again. They have different types of knives here, and now I will try to clean one of pieces of kerege. It's actually a difficult job to do. You have seen the process of making the holes in kerege and making the pieces of beef skin in order to put the pieces of kerege together with the help of that skin. And the same process of sewing the sticks are held for 15 pieces of kerege, and this is called one kanat. The process of making the tunduk is very important because basically the whole yurt is held on that tunduk, and usually 3 people make one tunduk. Almost 3 people make the tunduk, and they make the circle every time. It's a very difficult job, and they have to create such kind of circle, and for one tunduk they use 2 pieces of circles. As you see here, there are 2 pieces of the circles, and I want to tell you about one of the most important techniques in creation of tunduk. You do not have to clean this part, because if you clean this part, then the tunduk will not be done, because it will just be broken. This is called chamarak. They are put here in order to create the strength of the tunduk. This is chi. They gather it and they start cleaning in order to create another version of art. After the process of cleaning, we start the process which is called chirmo. In this process, people take the wool and put over the chi. This process of chirmo is done in order to give the warmth and the beauty of the yurt. Now you see the process of gathering the chi together. However, chirmo is not done here, because not always people do that. The purpose of chi is in order to keep the form of the yurt and also to save people from the small animals such as snakes. Now we are watching how the decorations of the interior of the yurt is made, especially jauhbash. Jauhbash is the main decorations of the yurt. They consist of 2 parts, tunduk jauhbash and the main jauhbash. This is chacha. Chacha is used to the jauhbash, and jauhbash consists of different arts of Kyrgyz people: chacha, terme, and shyrdak. People think that chacha is made with the help of the machines, but it's not the truth, because we make it on our own hands. For the creation of the chacha for one yurt, a woman has to work for 15 days only for chacha. It's a very difficult job because a craftswoman has to be really concentrated. If she makes one rope in an incorrect way, the whole chacha will be disrupted. This is called chain chash. It's a decoration that is hung to the tunduk of the yurt. It's very beautiful. And usually chain chash is 1 meter, but this is a very huge one because this is for the huge yurts. Hello everybody, today is a new day and we are in At Bashy. All the craftsmen of this region have gathered in order to show us their mastery. And the interesting thing is that the best of them will be working with us starting from today. And the others will improve their mastery and then start working with us. Do you remember that I was talking about the process of making yurt-making? And here the craftsman is creating this yurt-making for us. After making the yurt-making, we receive the upper part of the Shyrdak, we glue the bottom part and send again to our craftsmen in order to make the gilding part. Look how laborious this process is. And all these women are working in creation of 4 Syrdaks, but they will not finish it today. It will take more days. Look how idle Ryan's here. And these women have been creating Syrdaks for their whole lives, the same as their parents. And their children will be making the same Syrdaks in future. This woman is making the patterns of the future decoration of our yurt. And her job is called oimochu. And there is a telling that you do not have to disturb while the oimochu is making the patterns. Any other jobs that is connected to Shyrdak, such as gilding or yurt-making and others, can be done with each woman. It's a process that can be taught. However, the process of making the patterns is a difficult job, and usually it goes from a mother to the daughter. The process that is being done here is called iru. The woman is creating the future yurt-making for the future Syrdaks, and she makes for the both parts, left and right. Later, the left and right parts will be put together and yurt-making will be created. We have visited another family in At Bashy where the craftsmen are keeping the tradition of creating the Shyrdak for their daughters. They make it for their dowry, and usually, as you see here, they could write the year of the wedding or the words such as "from your lovely mother." Traditionally, Kyrgyz people were creating Syrdaks without the gilded parts, Shyrdak. However, in At Bashy region, they have started making this thing. And the most important of Shyrdak is definitely that gilded part because it keeps the longevity of the Shyrdak. That's how our trip comes to an end in At Bashy, in the village of Karasu. This is an essential historical place where the traditional method of making Shyrdak is fully preserved, the place where the important Shyrdak technique was invented. I realized how making a Shyrdak is a difficult job, and not just of a one woman but several. I saw that the craftswomen try to maintain absolute authenticity in their work and do not switch to automation, and this is the whole charm of Kyrgyz applied art. I am delighted and very glad that I was able to explore this topic with you. I hope this video was interesting and most importantly useful to you. You can support us by subscribing and putting a like.